All
What the
right,
hell was
folks.
that?
Welcome to the show. That's my Monday night intro because I forgot to change the profile on stream.
God's sakes, man. I like bagpipes and I like drums, but those two together don't, nah.
I mean, we gotta have bagpipes. What do you mean bagpipes and drums don't go together? That sounds crazy.
Not I'm talking about just that composition, but yes, they do go together.
All right, well, that's great. Tonight, folks, we have trivia night featuring our fellow traveler and co-host Dan the Dan Noodles man.
Joe J.
So hopefully everybody will have fun. And Dan has prepared the questions this evening. I have performed only a cursory look at them. So we're going to do this the same way we did last time because we decided at the last minute. And for those who will be tuning in next week for our amazing conversation with Maurice Suckling, that's going to be a great show. Make sure you don't miss it.
Christ, so, Meandering Mike hates freaking Maurice Suckling.
Meandering Mike has been after me to get Maurice on the show for ages, and I have just been dragging my feet on it. It's just like never been either I remember it and I'm not in front of the computer, or I don't remember it in front of the computer. So we're an organized operation here at Ardwulf's Lair. It's just me. So with a help from a few other people, thanks to Stacking Living, and our new moderator inaugurated this evening, Mr. Danny Seckery. Please take a bow.
You know, he's saying hi, Dan. What's that? Is that a shot?
He's saying no. He's saying hi, Dan. A shot?
I don't believe.
I believe in actually responding to what people say and not what we imagine in our fever dream, assisted by whatever herbal supplements are in the air in Canada at the moment. So he totally did. It's been a long time.
Mike, I told you.
So the email with Maurice was very interesting. He's got a lot of projects in the works. He's got a lot of projects that have come out relatively recently, including some really cool things that I want to talk to him about. So we're going to get to that. In any case, Dan, are we ready for trivia?
Let's go, man. And
right,
do you want to keep score, Ardy? Or
I will keep score. Yes,
you keep score.
All right, so we are going to go. Let me do one additional piece of trivial setup here. Because I want to have the YouTube specific chat up so that I can see whose comments come in first. So I'm pulling that out. Of course, a real professional would have set this all up beforehand, but that's not the show you're watching, folks.
Yeah, but you know, that's what you told me in my job interview, Ardy. You know, it's a professional place. We do things by the book, and all of a sudden, here I am.
Yeah, now I got to find the friggin'.
Juggy.
Oh, hold on. Oh, it's just chaos.
What am I smoking? I'm smoking Meadowlark by what the hell's his name?
Meadowlark Lemon from the Harlem Globetrotters?
No.
Because that would
Kevin, God, I forgot the guy's name. I even interviewed the guy. I know the guy. For God's sakes, man. Hey, I'm starting up my tobacco channel again.
Good.
Because the Russ Willett, who is the preeminent and foremost tobacco designer, if we can call it that, in the world, will be on with me all the time.
Well, that's great. I have no idea who that is, nor did I actually know that tobacco design was a thing. But, you know, I'm sure they have some title for what that person
I guess they call it blending. I like to call it designing, you know, like bring it up.
Right.
Make it like a sport.
Right. Just like it's, you know, just put a CRT in there and it would be more exciting.
Kevin.
Possibly an off-board artillery rule.
Ken Byron tobacco. No, it's not the Cavendish. I'm not a Cavendish guy. It's too sweet. I'm a real pipe tobacco guy. Come on.
All right, folks, we're going to start out with the question, and this is going. We're not. You do not need to answer in the form of a question because Dan didn't set the questions up this way, and that's okay.
No, it's for just questions, things, true or false, whatever.
Just, yeah, exactly. So I am going to open us up, and then we will proceed in a more or less Jeopardy style fashion with World War II for 100 points. I will warn folks who are watching on Twitch that you might be lagging in the chat, and that might be why your answer didn't pick up first. So we're going to go with World War II. I should have you keep score, Dan. The most famous general of the war was... This is definitely an easy question.
I know. I didn't see the word
There's no
British.
prize tonight either, folks. One of these days.
Does spelling count and abbreviations count?
We'll see if it comes up, but probably not. So it looks like we got the first answer from Vince Ree.
It's always Vince Ree, man. It's always that guy.
Who now has 100 points. So we reveal the space bar. We would assume that it's Montgomery. We would immediately be throwing this entire trivia question set away if it wasn't Montgomery at this point.
What, Ardy? So let Vince Ree choose the next one. How's that?
Exactly. Vince gets to choose the next one. So Vince, let us know what you want. We have our categories, other categories besides World War II are board games, Big Man on Campus, history, and fun and games till someone gets hurt. Vince says BMOC for 300. Animal bladders kept the population down. Your guess is as good as mine, folks, as to what Dan was referring to here. So I await your questions, and we'll wait for a couple to come.
Come on, someone answer. Come on.
Someone answer this obviously trivial.
It's a Jeopardy style question.
Right. All right. So Dale Brady says Romans. Jeff Beeler says MacArthur had a bigger PR department. Andre the Giant, who's definitely a big man on campus. Condon. Someone got it. Condon. Oh, all right. So Bill from Molotov Cockatiel Games. It's 300 points. Bill, it's your category choice. So which tell me about it. Which category of points value would you like? Got 2 players on the board at the moment. Let's hit the escape here. Board games for 100. This famous Victorian author loved war games with miniatures. This is also a really actually very good 100-point question, Dan. Thank you.
Well, obviously it's good. What's the matter with you?
Right. All right. Let's see, because a bunch of people are going to get this right. I just want to see if the order of the answers changes here out of my personal viewport here into the chat. Looks like we got HUN644 new. Scores this one, because I know what this is. This is H.G. Wells, Herbert George Wells. And that gives him 100 points with his infamous book, Little Wars. So
Mike, he puts Hugo Boss. If he was here, I'd kick him in the knee.
Hugo Boss. Oh, my. H16442 says, fun and games for 100. Who was the Greek god of war? This might be a little too easy there, Dan. But then again, maybe somebody will mistake that for the
what? Everybody's into Roman gods and Greek gods. What's the matter?
God of war. Well, it's a little more complicated than that. We got looks like HUN644 new has this one as well for 100. That leaves us
wrapping it up, man.
HUN644 at 200 points, Molotov Cocktail Games at 300, and Vince Ree for 100. So, good. Dan did not get this wrong. So that's awesome. HUN644, it is your category. Tell us what you would like to answer. All right, he says fun and games for 200. What, me worry? This one you might have to answer in the form of a question, I have to say.
It's a Jeopardy question.
Right, but they're not all Jeopardy questions.
But this one is, man.
For uniformity, complete uniformity.
Oh,
so we got a couple answers. Let's see what Dan has, because I see the right answers. Alfred E. Newman. So we're going to take Jeff T. I'm sorry. We're not going to accept that. We are going to accept Molotov Cockatiel's answer of Alfred E. Newman. He was the first to put that in. So that gives Bill 500 points and maintains the lead. Bill, it is your category. Please tell us what you would like to answer. We need to have a prize for these things. So Bill says board games for 200. Let's see. Famous for zombie games. This could go in any number of directions.
That's right, baby.
So, but I don't think that the viewers of this show will have a particular problem answering this question if you're going where I imagine you're going.
Well, whatever you imagine, what you said before, blah, blah, blah.
All right. Steve Jackson.
But yes, come on, what's the matter with you?
Remind me of which Steve Jackson game is about
I knew
zombies.
it before I forgot.
Okay, so we're going to call this Herman Luttman, folks, because that is not a ludicrous answer.
No.
We're going to give it to HUN 644 new for 200, which puts him at 400. HUN, it is your category. We're correcting as we go here, folks.
See, Zombicide, man, Dead of Winter. What's the matter with you?
Those aren't Steve Jackson. None of those are Steve Jackson games.
No.
They're all, well, Herman Luttman's famous for. I will accept Herman Luttman as the answer because that's reasonable. Herman has done a bunch of zombie games. Steve, as far as I can think, hasn't. Dawn of the Dead was like the right era for it, but that was SPI and definitely not Steve. So, all right, HUN 644 says fun and games for 300. Who wrote the theme for the TV show The Simpsons? I think I know this.
You're lucky I didn't say the incidental music because I could have said the incidental music.
Jeff Beeler says Zombie Munchkin for the previous one, but and he's right. Although Steve did not design that, and I'm going to accept Herman because nobody said Steve.
You know what?
So we do have answers.
Take that away.
The current question, Doug from the Tabletop's Edge says Danny Elfman, and I think this is who it is. Danny Elfman, former Oingo Boingo man and noted composer of circus music for the film industry.
You know, the best answer is Maggie Simpson. You know what I'm saying?
Doug, it's your category. That's where he puts Doug on the board for 300 something.
You know, Danny Seckery, nemesis that you are, Pantera. I saw Pantera in concert with Anselmo, the original quartet, and it was probably the tightest show I've ever seen in my life.
Well, that's good. Good for Pantera. I wouldn't know. World War II for 500. What is a fog launcher?
Yeah, okay, I want to see you get that. Who is that? Tabletop's Edge?
That is the Tabletop's Edge.
Huh? Come on. Who's going to get this? Huh? Oh,
right.
Son of a bitch. You got it.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, let's reveal the answer. The Nebelwerfer. That is also Doug, and that's going to be 500 points for him, putting him at 800 points and in the lead. We have 800 points for the Tabletop's Edge, 500 points for Molotov Cockatiel, 400 for HUN 644 new, and 100 for Vince Reed. Doug, let's give us it's your category. Give us another question or select another question you'd like to try to answer. Some of
these answers kill me, man.
That was a good question, too. That was a good 500-point question.
You're damn right it was.
Doug says, fun and games for 500. If you want to see Elvis, some things you would need.
Right. Okay. Relax, Ardy. Let it play.
Okay. Jeff Beeler's watching on his Fire Stick. I wasn't aware they still made those, to be completely honest, but here we go.
Come on.
There are some good answers here. I don't know if they're the right answer or not. So let's see. There's some good ones here. Let's see. Shovel and flashlight.
Oh, look at that.
Shovel and flashlight. All right. So what I'm seeing is I think that the close one here, we got Marshall Bob, who has hit closest to the mark. Marshall Bob, you are
What are
on
you
the
talking
board for
about?
500 points.
No, look at Wolf Dog. He said shovel.
Wolf Dog got it first. Hold on. I'm looking.
Yeah, these guys are as sick
terrible
as
to
me in the
find.
head.
All right. As the closer answer, we will give it to Wolf Dog. So Wolf Dog, you now have 500 points.
Hey, you're
Putting
screwing around
aside
too
for
much
second
with the
place.
numbers.
Wolf Dog, it's your category. Pick a new question.
You're being a little bit floopy with the numbers. Relax.
No, I got the numbers. There were a bunch of good answers that could potentially have been the answer, including a ticket to Elvis Costello, I thought. So, Wolfdog says history for 100. Let's see what Dan has for us here. The message carried on the first telegraph transmission received by Marconi on Signal Hill. I think we're asking for the content of the message. I know what Edison's was, but I don't know or that was the first recording, wasn't it? I don't know.
What? I thought Marconi sent the message.
We got some good ones here, folks. Your account is overdue. I'm sorry, this is the wrong number. I think this might be incorrect here, Dan. I'm trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. That's a great one, actually.
Someone got it. Scooby Nooby
Noob.
Noob.
Oh, look at that Scooby Nooby Noob. Look at that. We got somebody. We will take that. That's technically something different, but so Scooby got it for 100 points. Scooby, it is your question. So let's see what you would like to try to
Molotov thing, whatever there. Yeah, you're sick of the head, man.
Can I make this bigger? I can. Very good. Very good. What am I wearing? A very grody t-shirt. That's what we're wearing.
Oh, I thought he was saying that was the message that Marconi received.
Well, technically, yeah, it starts with that. So this isn't Jake from State Farm. Scooby Nooby Noob. It's pick a question that you would like to come up. Oh, we got it. Board games for 300. Board games for 300. Game of 12th century English folklore.
That's a bit general, but still.
Yeah, I have no idea. No idea. The game of 12th century English folklore.
It's actually on my shelf somewhere.
Oh, good for you.
No, it's not Agricola. Hide the Fae. What the hell is that?
Hide the Fae? I don't know.
Oh, there's William Byrd is close. He's close, but it's not that.
The Ghost of Robin Hood. That would be a cool game, potentially. Merlin, Tainted Grail. That could. Do
I give a hint? Do I give a hint?
No, you don't give a hint. We got a bunch of answers here, so we will. The Legend of Robin Hood. Okay, so we're talking about the old
Avalon Hill.
The old Avalon Hill. Not sure if Kevin Zucker was the designer or not, but the game originally came out of OSG. I can tell you that. Dr. Ruth's Game of Good Sex. So I think we're not giving that to anybody, actually, because nobody said the legend. Nobody said this game. You could have said Avalon Hill's trademark game for its game of 12th century English folklore, and everybody would have got it.
Hey, Greg, I ordered maybe a couple of weeks ago. I ordered some Pico armor, man. Thank you very much. They came in. They're nice. I didn't know some of them were either resin or styrene.
I didn't know that either. All right, William actually did say Jest of Robin Hood, but that's that is a different game than the Legend of Robin Hood from the 80s. So, Dan, you send your complaints to Dan
he doesn't get it.
Dan@gmail.com. All right, so we will call that one a wash, and I will pick the next one, which will be the next one in line. That's going to be our rule here. Board games for 400. Dale says we should give it to William. Are we all cool with that? He did come very close.
Whatever,
all right, let's give it to William Byrd.
Whatever.
Which will be board games for, that was 300, right? That was 300. So, William Byrd, you got 300 points. Very good. Pick a question.
Who?
William Byrd. There will be clean answers when I do the trivia, folks. But I will actually get the other one, the other app going, whatever that is, Clippy or whatever it is. So we have given it to William Byrd. So right now the scores look like Tabletop's Edge with 800. With 500, we have Molotov Cockatiel and Wolf Dog.
He wants Big Men on Campus for 100.
All right, big BMOC for 100. Your mama did this to have you. Are we going to get demonetized over this?
No.
Please feel free to deploy euphemisms here, folks, because I think I know where he's going with this, too. Relations. All right. I think I see where Dan's going with this. Gave birth, actually. We got Dale Brady's got it, but HUN 644 New also has, as the newlywed game might call it, whoopee. Redacted, Scream, Relations, HUN 644. I think I'm going to give the Meandering Mike says Kissed Santa Claus. So I think we have to give this a HUN 644 News, since we explicitly said
you're revealing the answers too early. Too early.
So that brings you up to 500 points. All right. So HUN, it is your question.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Come on, hon.
I mean, there isn't a prize. If we had a prize, I would feel obliged to get the actual trivia thing going, so it would keep track of the points and all that, and not leave it susceptible to either me screwing it up or Dan screwing it up. All right, we've got history for 500 points. Which Canadian Prime Minister died at Windsor Castle, London, England, just after meeting Queen Victoria?
That's why it's 500.
Well, we have answers. I don't know the answer to this one, though. So.
Relax. Don't hit the button yet.
Yes, everyone gets a participation trophy, folks. Thanks for coming. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely wasn't this. Definitely wasn't this. Although I think probably a lot of us do know that Churchill and Roosevelt were like second cousins or something like that. Okay,
look at Meandering Mike. What's the matter with him?
Dudley Do-Right. I mean, he was Canadian. Famous historian, folk hero Dudley Do-Right. This is Sir Mackenzie Bowell.
What do you want?
Okay, that's the actual guy's name, Lord Bowell. That's fantastic. All right, so it looks like nobody got that one either, folks, because I don't see Lord Bowell's anywhere on here.
I had to throw in some really hard ones.
Next time, it's a good 500-point question. I just didn't know what it was, and as Robles Asparagus points out, the food must have got to him. It didn't sit right. All right, so nobody's got that one either. We will randomly choose history for 200. The philosopher known for the statement, God is dead.
Too easy. Too easy.
It's pretty easy. We're here to have fun, folks. All right, I see a Vince Ree saying Friedrich Nietzsche, which I believe is the person responsible here. Dan is a master of cut and paste. That's why this fellow's name is not spelled incorrectly. So we're giving that to who was first? It was Vince Ree again first. God sakes, yeah, so man. Vince, that gives you another 200, bringing you to 300 points. So Vince, it's your choice of question.
Again, Vince.
Most people have in fact spelled it wrong. So Vince says BMOC for 500. What is the national animal of Scotland? I'm going to be offended by this. I'm going to be offended by this, aren't I? I expect to be offended by this one. National animal. Because I know what the joke answer is.
Man.
Oh, it's the real answer. Look at that. And we do have some correct ones here. And Doug with the Tabletop's Edge has called it first. At least according to my direct YouTube chat.
It wasn't Doug. It was a Hun something. Hun 64, right, man.
This is why we got it.
Oh, my
the Tabletop's Edge. There we go.
5 seconds.
All right, and that's 500 points for Doug. Doug is on top of this. And that brings him to 1,300 points and a commanding lead. Doug, it's your choice of question. Good call. If it was gonna be sheep, I was gonna say, well, trivia night's over, folks.
What? And if it was sheep, what's the intention?
Well, it's the intention is to make fun of the Scots, which I will not have. We did have a fabulous bagpipe introduction here this evening. Doug has selected World War II for 400. General George Patton called blank the finest battle implement ever designed.
Come on.
Jeff Beeler appears to differ with you on some of these historical details, Dan. I got to tell you. Who says Mackenzie Bowell died in Ontario and Sir John Thompson died at Windsor Castle.
Hey, whatever,
well,
man.
I see we've screwed everything up. So let's get the answer. The M1 Garand. I see Robert O has the first answer for that. Robert O, you are on the board with 400 points. And it is your question to select. I promise, folks, next time we do this, we're gonna have a prize and an actual system and not this. So wait a minute. Ramos asparagus. I see Robert O before Rommel's asparagus in the list. So Robert O says board games for 400. It has been discussed millions of times. I'm not sure where Dan's going with this either. I have ideas.
You have an idea?
I have an idea. Yeah. Let's see what this has.
Hey, don't hit the button too quick.
Well, we've got a whole bunch of answers here that I see. What is a war game? That is by Mr. Dale Brady has the answer there. I'm trying to find it. There we go. Dale Brady. That's going to give you 400
Holy shit,
points.
I didn't see that. Nice going there, Dale.
Dale, it is your question. So you're on the board for 400 points. I thought you already had some points, but maybe that's from the last trivia game. I don't know. All right. Well, remember, folks, there isn't a prize. So you can, however, complain about how screwed up these questions are. Several of the other answers were actually pretty, I thought, pretty good. So, Dale Brady, give us a question based on what's left on the board.
Hey, Ardy, we can reach out to Noble Knight and have this part of the show sponsored by Noble Knight and maybe get a prize from them.
That's not a terrible idea. Dale says, Big Man on Campus for 400. Prior to Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's 2026 arrest, when was a senior member of the English royal family last arrested? Was this Charles I?
I speak not.
The answer is when, folks, not who. So, or the question, anyway. And I couldn't tell you today, to be honest. We do have some answers, though. I might have blown it by saying Charles I. That's completely guessing, actually, but I need to keep my yep shut, clearly. 1649. Did anybody answer 1649? Nobody did. Detained by Parliament, he was convicted. Well, he was executed in 1649. When was he detained? Dan, Mr.
Look
Question
at that.
Writer.
I have no idea.
Because the question was, when was a senior member of the English royal family last arrested?
I see that now. I see that now.
Right. Complete history of British royals arrested. And of course, this is some horseshit. 1647 sounds like when he was arrested the first time. Did anybody answer 1647?
Yeah.
1649, but that's when he was executed. Marshal Bob
Kevin
has
Featherly. Kevin Featherly.
Okay. Kevin Featherly's got it. I'm not sure that came in after the question, but we will give it to Kevin. Kevin, it is your question. And this was worth 400.
Okay, relax, people. It was a long day today.
All right. Who was last arrested for something other than treason? Other than Andy? I don't know. Sweatless Andy is what they call it.
Could you imagine being Andrew Mountbatten? Could you imagine?
Well, remember, royals don't have last names. All right,
He's
next up.
Screwed.
He might be screwed. I don't know what the hell he did, but he is kind of known as a creep.
Whatever.
So I wouldn't.
They spun it. They spun it.
Nothing would surprise me to come out of that investigation. The iconic CBGB stood for what? I actually don't know this offhand.
I didn't know that.
I mean, they didn't even arrest Edward during the war. So
hold on, Kevin Featherly, is that the 200?
We gave it to Kevin Featherly. That was 400 previously. Country,
yeah, he got it.
Country, bluegrass, and blues.
Yep.
All right, that's the only one. Country, bluegrass, and blues. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Considering that it's not really known for many of those things nowadays. So that's JLG. JLG, you have 400 points on the board, and it is your question. So choose a question. Let's go back here. Yeah, I mean, this is the context in which I know of CBGBs.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Country Bar and Grill. That would be fantastic.
That would have been great.
All right, JLG, pick a question from those remaining on the board. We still World War II for 300. This vengeance weapon was a long tube and was never used. I'm thinking somebody will know the answer to this one. Let's hit the answer. The V3. Looks like Doug from the Tabletop's Edge has that one first. That brings Doug to a resounding 1,600 points, and I'm out of room on my scratch pad here.
I think
so. Doug, it is
drunk.
You're up to 1,600 points now, and it is your question. Wolfdog said the V8. Man, I could have had a V8.
Yeah, I forgot. I went to the store and I forgot to buy it. I drink that stuff in the morning.
That's what they said in May of 1945. Man, I could have had a V8. All right. In the German army, some officers had this hanging around their lower neck.
Yeah, I want to know if you come on.
This is an excellent Jeopardy question, and it is not necessarily a great question for Wargaming trivia because everybody's going to know this.
Is that what you think, Ardy? Is that what you think?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Henry Mike likes low sodium V8. Dan
hit the reveal button. I want to see someone get it.
All right, HUN644 has the first answer of what I would imagine the courgette. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I would have said Iron Cross too. But no, some of them had the courgette too. That's true. Ramos asparagus has God damn it.
It is a gendarmerie courgette.
And something else very similar too. So I'm going to give this to Rommel's asparagus because, well, let's see here. The Grenadier pork, which I think is what that thing was actually called, but the French would have totally called it a courgette.
It's a courgette.
So we're giving that to Rommel's asparagus.
And you know what courgette stands for?
Little
throat. Little throat.
Okay.
Actually,
this was
la gorge is. It's not le coup.
All right, so Rommel's asparagus. It is your question. You've only got 4 left. Board games for 500, Big Man on Campus for 2 or 400, or history for 300.
For God's sakes, man. Can we be serious for once? All
right, we got history for 300. 1976 Israeli Special Forces rescued hostages being held at which airport? The airport, folks. Good question. This is a good question, too, actually.
Oh, tabletops. Oh, Hun 64 nailed it.
Yep. Hun 6... HUN got it, got the first answer, and Tevi, at least that's how I pronounce that. I have no idea whether that is correct or not, and that is going to bring you up to 800 points for second place, a solid second place. And it is your question. Only 3 left on the board. Can anyone overtake the tabletop's edge?
3 questions left. Stop hitting the the answer button so quickly. Board games for 500.
All right. Euro game designer was a writer for the General magazine. I think we probably all know who this is too, and it's just a matter of who answers it first. This came up in conversation for me not that long ago, actually.
Oh, look. Oh, Meandering Mike. He got the whole shot bang. Alan to the moon.
So should we take just the last name? Because Jeopardy would.
Then who are we to
Robert O has Alan R. Moon, which is indeed correct. And apparently now he is a very well-to-do fellow, which is good for him. So Robert O, that gives you another 500, bringing you to 900 points and second place. Yep, behind the tabletop's edge at 1,600. So Robert, it is your question. We've got only 2 left. BMOC. And, for 200 or 400.
Robert.
I don't remember Rainer Knizia ever writing anything for the General, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. All right, we got Big Man on Campus for 400. Who invented scissors?
This is taking too long for these people to answer.
I have no idea who invented scissors.
I just found out today.
Okay, well, makes it a good target for trivia. Were they, in fact, a big man on campus?
They're Googling it.
Sir Alfred Powell's Edward Scissorhands. Could be Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, I suppose.
Robert O got it. Robert O.
Leonardo da Vinci. All right. I am going to have to...
There was no scissors before him. Seriously.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. So we'll give it to Robert O because I'm incapable of looking it up at this point, which brings Robert O up to 1,300 points.
Look how smart human beings are. We invented the scissors 500 years ago.
Yes, indeed. We have 200 points remaining on the board, folks, and nobody can overtake the tabletop's edge, but somebody could claim second or third place. Brown is a color not present in this phenomenon. Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. A minion.
Right.
Phenomenon.
The phenominion. The phenominion.
Oh, Vince Reed.
That's
Reed.
Fantastic. Somebody's going to get this.
I meant, yeah, Vince Reed got it. The rainbow. Sorry.
Folks, I promise to do the questions next time. So we do have Vince Reed with Rainbow. Also a very good early metal band with Richie Blackmore, Ronnie James Dio.
I never liked Rainbow.
Cozy Powell. I got super into Rainbow last year. I got super into Rainbow. I listened to a lot of Rainbow.
Wicked musicians.
Clearly not. So,
well, hold on a second.
So I'm giving that to Vince Reed, I think.
Well, hold on. Tabletop Sedge is squawking here. Why is he squawking? He got it at 8:11.
I see Vince Reed with the first answer. I'm not sure how it's showing on YouTube, but I'm looking at the back end, and I'm going to take that as accurate. So we're giving this last 200 points to Vince Reed. All right, folks. So thanks for coming. Thanks for playing. So we've got our final scores. We've got Vince Reed with 500, Molotov Cockatiel for 500, HUN 644 new for 800. We have the Tabletop's Edge and the lead at 1600. We've got Wolf Dog at 500, Scooby Newbie at 300. Robert O is at a very healthy 1300, especially considering the questions. Dale Brady and Kevin Featherly both and JLG all at 400, and Rommel's Asparagus at 200. This is how bad my eyes are, folks. I got to take my glasses off to look at stuff I need.
And you know what? No, it's not. You don't have to be on mushrooms to answer my questions. That's what's called an ADD mind or ADHD mind. Because Rainbow, I know Rainbow's the answer. So for me, Brown looked like Rainbow. What do you want from me?
Right.
Yes.
That's cool. Well, technically no, because many people are watching. At least another 60 people are watching that didn't answer any questions at all. So no, we didn't set Final Jeopardy up. This thing doesn't handle that. Next time, folks, what we'll do is I'll use the what's that app called? I have an app for this. There's an app for that. It's called.
Why don't we do that, Ardy? We let Molotov Teal has a good thing for the next time. Why don't we have the top two winners?
The top two should do Final Jeopardy, but I don't have questions prepared.
Well, you're going to prepare them? What the hell?
Well, I'm not going to prepare them right now. All right, we'll do the top two. That is going to be Robert O and the Tabletop's Edge. I need to think of a
man. This is wicked. This is turning into a
question for the final answer. And we'll call this. You both have to declare what you're going to bet from your points. Doug, you've got 1,600. And Robert, you have 1,300. So put your bets in the chat. It would be the top three, but I'm not making it that complicated.
Well, Dan, provide the music. I could provide the music. Can you play music while?
I got this. So we'll play that. So Doug bets 1,600. Robert, how about you? What's the question going to be?
Is this happening now?
Yes, it's happening now. What are you talking about? All right, so Doug bets 1,600, and you each get one answer. Bear that in mind. You each get one answer. The question is, at the end of World War II, many German rocket scientists were brought over to work on rocketry in the United States under the auspices of what named operation?
Oh, I know that. I know that.
Not that hard of a question, but I'm on the spot here, so I had to come up with something.
Come on. Jesus, you know what I mean?
So both of you answer, but we'll see. I'd be shocked if you both didn't know this.
Come on, he got it.
Operation. Looks like Doug has we got some winners here, folks, from people who weren't eligible to vote. Operation Sneaky Kraut.
You know
it
what?
is indeed Operation Paperclip.
You know, Meandering Mike's on something, man. Whatever you're on, Mike, send it over here. Here it's fine. You can send whatever through the mail to Canada, no problem. If the other way around's no good.
So, Doug, I will supply you with a trivial prize for winning this trivia contest next time I see you, which hopefully will be before next Winterfest. So, how about that?
Isn't that something, man? That when they
there's actually a TV show about this. About I don't remember what the show was called. Was it called Manhattan? It might have been.
What?
One of the it wasn't. Yeah, there was a like a rocket scientist that worked for JPL, I think, that got mixed up with the whole Scientology thing in L. Ron Hubbard.
Jesus.
There was like, I don't know, some occultist angle for it too. There was a Jack Parsons. Thank you, Agri Day. That is the guy's name. A TV VCR combo and a year's supply of Pam. That's a great idea, Doug, but I think I will provide you with a 12-pack of Tab instead.
What's
those
Pam?
of us in a certain generation will remember Tab. They still make it, apparently. I don't know
that spray grease.
Pam is the spray, the kitchen spray. Tab was a diet soda that my uncle used to drink when I was a kid, and it was nasty.
You ever do that when you were young? Take Pam and turn it upside down and snort it?
No, I did not. In fact, that sounds like a totally asinine idea.
I saw someone do that. I mean, come on.
It's like, what whippets you say? Watch this. never do that. Strange Angel, yeah. I didn't watch the show, but I remember that they did a show about Jack Parsons, and he was a character. Let's put it that way.
Hey, you know
Bill
what?
will take the ceramic dog, and the rest is a gift certificate. No problem. Your gift certificate for 11 cents is in the mail.
Hey, Ardy, I got a question for the people here. What drink was created by the Nazis?
I don't know.
Well, I want someone to answer.
Was it Fanta?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay. I'll have to tell my wife that next time she says, "Give me a case of Fanta."
It's a Nazi drink.
And I cannot vouch for personal experience, but I would bet $5 that Rommel's asparagus is in fact correct. At least $5. Mr. Pibb is better than. Isn't Mr. Pibb a Dr. Pepper clone? I loathe Dr. Pepper. I can't stand it. I think it's disgusting. A lot of people love it.
When I was young, that's what we used to call the Frenchmen's in my area, because we had a gang, right? The Italians against the Frenchmen. We used to call them peppers.
Oh. I've never, shocking. I'm actually surprised because I've had some weird ass liqueurs. I've never had Malort. I hear it is horrific.
What is that?
It is a Chicagoland liqueur of some kind that is kind of famously disgusting.
That's disgusting. Just the name is disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen it in Ohio, but it wouldn't surprise me if it comes over here. But it's a Chicago thing.
Why would you want to drink anything that's called Malort?
I don't know. Well, you got to be from Chicago to enjoy it, apparently. It is an acquired taste from what I hear.
Hey, honey, come over. We're going to have some Malort. Jesus.
So, is this seriously the answer? I mean, this wouldn't really surprise me. Okay.
Yeah, he loved Coke. When Dr. Morell used to give him some Coke, you know what I'm saying?
Ginger ale tasting spree. The Fever Tree stuff might be good. I haven't tried it. I'm not a big ginger ale guy. One ginger ale I definitely do not like is Verner's. They used to give us Verner's when we were sick as kids.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. Rommel's asparagus, yes. We used to call them Pepsis and Joe Louise and all kinds, yes. But we even called them, what the hell? Well, yeah, we called them peppers.
Okay. Okay.
You ever have spruce beer?
No, I would be curious to try it. I've also never had, what's that other stuff that the cowboys drank? Sarsaparilla. I've never had that either. I've had birch beer, which...
Well, birch beer, it's mild compared to spruce beer, let me tell you.
Okay.
Because we got a lot of spruce in Canada.
So I hear. That's why they film all the sci-fi TV shows up there, because the spruce looks good on camera. So... Okay, so Canadian slang is our extra trivia for this evening, folks. I can tell you that
Wow.
HUN has had spruce beer, Vince Reese has sarsaparilla, Barrett's ginger beer, and whiskey. I mean, I would try that.
I don't know. What kind of whiskey would you put in there? If you put crap whiskey, it's going to taste like crap.
I have not had cactus soda, but I have had drinks with cactus juice in it, and cactus juices taste great, actually. I like cactus juice.
Jacques Cartier drank spruce beer to ward off scurvy. Listen,
okay. Perhaps it's richer in vitamin C than I expected it to. Now, I don't know what region Cheerwine comes from. It may be the Carolinas. The only context in which I've had it is there's a local Carolina barbecue place up here that we went to, and they said, "Oh, Cheerwine. I wonder what this tastes like." It is horrible.
Maybe it's like some what's that drink? That Chicago drink there.
Oh, Malort. Malort. I would actually like to try Malort because you know why not? But I don't expect to like it, and I'm certainly not going to go buy a bottle of it.
You know, it's something like
people with.
It sounds like a word that J.R.R. Tolkien would have created for a drink for the orcs. It's Malort.
William Bird says Salisbury in North Carolina. I mean, if you grew up on it, it's probably fine, but I didn't grow up on it, and I think it's disgusting. I admittedly, I am not a particularly big soda guy anyway. I don't like colas, and I would consider both Dr. Pepper and Cheerwine to be variants of cola. And I'm just not a big fan. I don't know why anybody really likes that flavor. But
have you ever had ice wine?
I have. I have also had ice beer.
Really expensive, really expensive ice wine.
Oh no, I'm talking about the homemade stuff that you put in the freezer and then drain off the liquid, which is higher in alcohol. That's all it is.
This ice wine, man, I was lucky enough to try like a $400 bottle of ice wine, and I swear to God, the first sip it was like someone took a case of grapes and smashed it over your head. Huh. It was unbelievable.
I mean, that sounds like it would be an interesting experience, but I'm not going to get paid a couple $100 for a bottle to try it. Morgoth Malort. Somebody should pick up this. Unfortunately, you'd get sued, but
you know what? Yeah, it's Malort tonight.
Yeah,
Meat is on the menu with Malort.
I don't know that the Tolkien estate is going to be quite as litigious as it has been in the past.
No, I don't think
so.
The
new leadership and all that. But I guarantee the people who own the rights to this stuff, and they do own the rights to this stuff and make movies and an exceptionally shitty TV show out of it, they will probably send you a very unfriendly letter.
Jesus,
it's great with orc gruel.
You know,
wine. There we go.
That show on Amazon there, Lord of the Rings, but does it suck though, man? Jesus Christ.
Yes, I totally agree.
It's so bad.
Mm-hmm. I remember when, I don't know why I connect this, and it's not really a favorable impression. If anybody remembers Zima, there's been at least one attempt to bring that malt beverage back to us. I always have this head, maybe because there's just a similar name in Babylon 5, but I always think of it as having existed during when Babylon 5 was on. I don't know why. I tried it; it was drinkable, but not enjoyable particularly.
I think I'm gonna restart the series Babylon 5. That was really good, man.
Fabulous show. Even a Zima fountain. Dan, you need a Zima fountain, just so you know.
No.
I have never had absinthe in any form, actually. Dan, have you had absinthe with the sugar cubes and the, on the heroin spoon and all that?
What's the matter with you? Of course.
Okay. I've never had absinthe.
I had it from a woman's navel.
Oh, well, good for you. Until the St. Patty's Day, when he had Zima and red wine due to option limitations and never wants it again. I can understand that. I stayed away from Scotch for years due to a bad experience with Scotch. Rum, red wine, and honey poured over cinnamon bark and stored for 3 months.
What is that?
I bet that's interesting.
I had that.
Mama Wana?
No, someone brought that back from Dominican Republic, and there was wood in this thing. I'm like, what the hell is that? It was horrid.
So I went to a cookout in the last 2 years or so, and they had the only alcoholic beverage they had was White Claw. So I had a White Claw. It was worse than Zima, in my opinion.
John.
But then again, it's been a very long time since I've had Zima too.
Hey, Johnny C, if you ever come to Montreal, we'll do the.
Uh-oh. Looks like Dan's. Well, somebody's locked up. I don't know if it's B or Dan.
I'm back.
All right, great.
No,
great.
I have not had. What's it called? They're balut, but you told me about it, Johnny.
Oh, balut? Yeah, no, pass.
I haven't had that.
I'm sure it's delicious. Thank you for the kind offer. No, thank you. Oh God, yeah, I don't ever want to taste this again either. To be honest,
what the hell is that?
This. Boone's Farm was a infamous cheap wine that we would drink, before it was even legal for us to buy alcoholic beverages. It was, as I recall, something like $2 a bottle. It was incredibly inexpensive, and it was, not great quality wine. I wouldn't cook with it. Let me put it this way.
Yeah, Johnny, if you ever come to Montreal, we're gonna do the smoked meat, the bagels, the absinthe bars, and even the whiskey bars. What
is there still an absinthe bar in Montreal?
Many.
Oh, okay. I am willing to do that when I visit you.
We're in French. This is Frenchman land, man.
Yeah.
The only more Frenchman land that you can get around here is Saint-Pierre and Miquelon. Other than that, it's here, Quebec.
Well,
and it's wonderful. I love it, man.
Quebec does a good job with it, from what I understand. As Aggregate points out, every country has a bad tasting liquor and a delicacy to make foreigners eat or drink it for the funnies. I suspect this is true. The Icelanders have that fermented shark, whatever that's called. And that's supposed to be a uniquely horrifying experience.
You know what? I see people on the YouTube just opening up the can and puking.
No, that's surströmming. I believe that's Swedish or Danish or possibly.
It's that fish.
Yeah, they're both fish. No, I'm talking about the Icelandic fermented shark, and then surströmming is the stuff that comes in the can, but it's already off gassing, so the cans are invariably bulging, and then people crack the can and you hear it and it sprays them in the face, and they're like running around. Oh my God, it smells so bad!
But you know what?
That went viral not too long ago.
We eat anchovies and anchovy or soy sauce, or what the hell is that fermented anchovy sauce? For God's sake,
Worcestershire sauce.
There's anchovies there. I think there's anchovies everywhere.
Well, anchovies are amazing, actually, and people should not be scared of them. I think that every American state has its own unique prank food. And Cincinnati chili sounds as good as anything to me, because you're going to say, sure, I would love to try Cincinnati chili. And if you haven't tried it, then you don't know that it's not really what you think it is at all. But that said, it's not really disgusting. It's just weird. However, the fried breaded brain sandwiches that they make in Indiana would definitely be their stunt food.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I could see that this would be good. I always have anchovies here in the house, and if I make spaghetti sauce, I throw in some anchovy fillets.
You're damn right,
boost that umami. And it can't taste that there's anchovies in it. It just makes the whole thing taste better.
Yeah.
When we were out in Denver, there's a place out there that does Rocky Mountain oysters, and I was willing to try it, but the only place I found was like this very expensive place, and I'm not going to go and pay $40 for a plate of cow balls and for stunt food. So we ended up not going, but I remain willing to try them as an advocate of using the entire animal.
You know, Danny Seckery, my mom used to do a focaccia with roasted garlic and anchovies and rosemary. Oh my God.
That sounds good. I would try that.
That was savage. Savage.
I would eat that. Yeah, actually, I think there are recipes on YouTube to make garum, which is a Roman condiment that was that sounds an awful lot like Worcestershire sauce, actually. So, and I am aware, I've never had this, at least not that I know of. I have eaten Thai, and this might be a uniquely Filipino thing that John is referring to, but the shrimp paste is a common type of ingredient.
Yeah, I think I had that stinky tofu, man.
Stinky tofu.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
Huh. That's interesting. Jeff says that the Canadians have invented a maple syrup liqueur.
You know, Jeff, yes, absolutely.
I would try this.
Yeah, but only have one drink. Don't start hitting a bottle, because when you wake up the next morning, let me tell you.
Oh, that sounds like a bad hangover.
It was bad, man.
It sounds like a bad hangover to me. So,
now Korean food, savage, Vince, savage.
I've had Korean food a couple of times, and the one thing I've noticed about Korean, and this is white guy from Ohio talking, so take this for exactly the nothing that it's worth. To me, every time I've had kimchi and it hasn't been spicy, it's been kind of not tasty. But when I have had kimchi and it has been tasty, it has invariably been really spicy.
Man, I would make soup with kimchi. I would put it on my eggs. And I would almost put it on my pasta, but I didn't do that because that would be sacrilege.
Dan, I hope you've got like some drop cloths for your apartment there, for your maple syrup oriented activities that you're undoubtedly participating in under the influence of whatever herbal remedy you're having this evening.
I was young.
Kimchi on spaghetti. Cincinnati isn't anything like chili. It's a Mediterranean seasoned pasta sauce. That's what it is. If you think of it as that, then it's an interesting dish, and I don't really have a particular objection to serving it over spaghetti.
You know what? Kimchi goes on probably everything. It's such a soul food. It's you know you're eating something good when it's fermenting in your mouth.
Soul food, because it's going to burn out your soul just like it's going to burn out your asshole.
Yeah, but you don't have to have it.
I don't mind spicy food, but the last time I had kimchi, it was really good, and it was.
Yeah, but you don't have to have it that spicy, man. You know, you can have white man's kimchi.
I suppose so. All right, folks. As we are skirting the edge of demonetization once again and are out of time, I want to thank everybody for coming out to this clown show this evening. Please do remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Dan's channel, and if you're interested in it, subscribe to his tobacco channel as well. What's the tobacco channel called, Dan?
The Fokker Circus.
The Fokker Circus.
Yes.
We don't have a trivia question for this, but I believe all of us here this evening can probably spell it the way Dan intends.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Once again, thanks everybody for coming out. We promise to not bungle trivia quite this badly next time, and everybody have a great rest of the night.